The story around Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3 continues to take another interesting turn, and today we are looking at a development that could shape Zimbabwe's political future in a very important way. ZANU-PF has now opened the door to the possibility of a referendum after failing to secure complete support in Parliament, and this has created a new chapter in the CAB3 discussion. Before we go further, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss important Zimbabwe news and updates. Your support helps this channel continue bringing you the latest stories. Now, let us get straight into the news. What makes this story interesting is that the discussion is no longer only about Parliament. The conversation is now moving closer to ordinary citizens. The big question being raised is whether Zimbabweans themselves should be given an opportunity to vote directly on the proposed constitutional changes. For those who may not fully understand what is happening, CAB3 is a proposed constitutional amendment. Constitutional amendments are very important because they deal with the country's highest law. They are not ordinary changes. They affect how important national systems operate, how leaders are chosen, and how public institutions function. This is why every step taken on CAB3 is receiving serious attention. The latest development suggests that ZANU-PF is willing to consider a referendum, even though the party maintains that the constitution may not require one. That position has created a lot of discussion because many people believe that if constitutional changes are significant enough, citizens should have the final say. Please like this video and subscribe because this discussion is becoming more important every day. The interesting part is that both sides believe they are defending democracy. Those supporting the bill argue that Parliament is made up of elected representatives. Since citizens elected members of Parliament, supporters believe Parliament already has the authority to make constitutional decisions on behalf of the people. On the other side, critics believe that some constitutional matters are simply too important to be decided only by elected representatives. They argue that citizens themselves should directly approve or reject such changes through a referendum. This is where the story becomes even more fascinating. Imagine a situation where a constitutional proposal affects the future direction of governance for many years to come. Some people would naturally ask, why not allow every eligible voter to participate directly? Others will respond by saying that this is exactly why Parliament exists in the first place. As a result, Zimbabwe finds itself in a major national discussion about representation, public participation, and constitutional processes. The debate has now reached a point where many citizens are paying close attention to every statement coming from political leaders. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this discussion with friends and family because these are important national developments. What is also interesting is that the referendum discussion could change the entire direction of the CAB3 process. If a referendum eventually takes place, the focus would move from Parliament chambers directly to the people. Campaigns would likely become more visible. Citizens would have opportunities to learn more about the proposed amendments and decide for themselves whether they support them. That possibility alone has already increased public interest. Many people now want to know whether the country is moving toward a parliamentary decision or a nationwide vote. At the moment, there is still uncertainty, and that uncertainty is creating even more curiosity. One thing that cannot be ignored is the significance of constitutional matters. Constitutions are often viewed as agreements between citizens and the state. Because of that, any proposal to amend them usually attracts strong opinions. This is not unique to Zimbabwe. Across many countries, constitutional amendments often become major national conversations because they touch on governance, accountability, and the future of public institutions. That is exactly why CAB3 continues to attract attention. Supporters of reform argue that constitutions must sometimes evolve to address new realities and challenges. They believe adjustments can help improve systems and make governance more effective. Critics, however, stress that constitutional changes should be approached carefully and transparently They argue that public trust is essential whenever amendments are proposed. Both perspectives are contributing to one of the most significant political discussions taking place right now. Please take a second to like this video and subscribe if you are enjoying this update. Now, let us look at another important angle. The willingness to consider a referendum may be seen by some observers as an attempt to broaden participation and reduce political tensions. A referendum allows citizens to become active participants in the decision-making process. When people are directly involved, many believe the final outcome gains greater legitimacy because it comes straight from voters. At the same time, others point out that referendums can become highly competitive political events. Campaigns can be intense. Different groups may present different interpretations of the same proposals. This means that if a referendum happens, Zimbabwe could witness an even bigger national conversation than what is taking place now. The coming months could therefore be very important. Political leaders, legal experts, civic organizations, churches, youth groups, and ordinary citizens may all play roles in shaping how this discussion develops. The future part of CAB3 remains one of the most closely watched political stories. What makes this situation even more interesting is that every development seems to create new questions. Will Parliament eventually secure enough support? Will there be further consultations? Will a referendum become the preferred option? How will citizens respond if given a direct vote? These questions remain unanswered for now, but they are helping drive public interest. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Another thing worth noting is that constitutional debates often encourage citizens to learn more about governance and civic participation. Many people who may not normally follow political development are now paying attention because constitutional issues affect everyone regardless of political affiliation. That level of public engagement can be positive because it encourages discussion and awareness. The more citizens understand constitutional processes, the more informed they become when participating in national conversations. This is one reason why CAB3 has become such an important topic. It is not simply a political story. It is also a story about institutions, participation, public confidence, and the future direction of governance. As developments continue, many Zimbabweans will be watching carefully to see what happens next. Will leaders find common ground? Will new proposals emerge? Will the referendum discussion gain more momentum? Or will Parliament ultimately decide the matter? These are the questions that continue to shape the national conversation. One thing is certain, the CAB3 story is far from over. Every new statement, every meeting, and every decision has the potential to influence the next stage of this process. For now, Zimbabwe remains focused on what comes next, and the possibility of a referendum has added a completely new dimension to the discussion. Please do not forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this update with others. The coming days and weeks may bring fresh developments, new reactions, and important decisions that could influence the direction of this story. As always, we will continue following every major update and bringing you the latest information in simple and easy to understand English.